Hi everyone, my name is Dana. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today, I am introducing a new special friend. His name is Buddy. Be kind. I'm just kidding. Of course he'll be kind. He is a sort of rescue. Okay, I don't think we can do this with all three of you. I'm looking mostly at you, Ammo. Ammo! Okay, I'll be right back. I'm gonna put her in her playpen. Alright. So, Buddy is a sort of rescue situation. His owner passed away, and his owner was, he was a friend of the family. And, my aunt and uncle took him in, but they have 2 puppies and not a big yard, so they were looking for someone else to take him in. And before I knew they were looking for someone else, I told my husband that we might be getting another border collie if my aunt and uncle decide that they don't want to keep him. And my husband was like, okay. And then I found out that someone else was looking into taking Buddy in, and that person tends to keep their dogs outside all day, every day, all year round. So because of that, I was like, yeah, no, I'm going to take this dog in. And he's been a really good boy. Gunner adores him. Ammo at first didn't want to be within 10 feet of him, but she warmed up to him. And after getting him, I got the flu. You can tell my voice is still kind of iffy sounding. That's from the flu. So the dogs were not getting the activity, well, Gunner and Ammo were not getting the activity that they were used to. And they took it like absolute champions. Buddy didn't miss a beat. He's been so easy to work with. The 2 things that I needed before I decided to take him in was, 1, was he crate trained, and 2, could he be off leash without leaving? I wasn't surprised about the off leash. Typically border collies are pretty good off leash, and he's been perfect. And then the crate trained, he's perfectly crate trained. It's actually funny, he prefers smaller crates as opposed to bigger crates, so he always tries to sneak into Ammo's. That's like, hers is a medium, his is like an intermediate, and then Gunner gets the big crate. Because he's a menace to society. But yeah, so I've had Buddy for, I'd say, about a week now, and he's been just a really good boy. He's not gonna be a competition dog, obviously, and like I was saying, my goal is to compete now, and rescuing dogs is, not something I thought I was ever gonna do again after Gunner, but here we are. I do, however, have some plans for him once he gets in shape. Buddy, his owner was declining for over a year, and in and out of hospitals, so because of that, he wasn't able to get the activity he deserved, and his owner was looking for someone to take him before he passed away, because he kind of knew, but my aunt and uncle were like, no, if anything happens to you, we'll take on Buddy. You don't have to worry about it, because, like, imagine how sad, your health is declining and now your best friend is gone. And he had very right intentions, like, it was very good of him to, look for people to take in Buddy afterwards. But my aunt and uncle, they made a commitment as well to him, so they want to help out with like some of the bills and stuff, because like that's their way of paying it forward for their friend. They were closer with his owner than my family was, so that's their way of paying it forward, is by helping take care of Buddy. And I didn't know this until later. I would have taken him in regardless, but it's very nice to know that he's my dog, but I'm not going to be paying all of the expenses on him, which makes it a little bit easier getting a future puppy, which I was planning on maybe doing this fall for competition purposes, because like I said, my goal is competing first. But after he loses some weight, and he's not very good on leash. So once he learns to walk on leash and loses some weight, I do think he would be a great dog for kids in 4-H, because this guy does not care about anything. He has 0 cares in the world. And when I was a kid, before I had my own dog, one of my neighbors, who also is still a dear friend of mine, let me use her dog for 4-H and compete with her dog named Ace, who recently passed away, unfortunately. He was a very good boy to the very end. So, because of her, I got to learn that competing with dogs and training dogs is something I'm very passionate about. Because before that, I knew I wanted dogs, but I didn't know a lot about dogs, I just knew I liked them. But getting into 4-H and doing the dog project really helped me learn more, so that when I was finally able to get my own dogs, I wasn't going in completely blind. There was still so much I needed to learn. You learn from experience. And Ace, he was a perfect boy, so there, I didn't get a lot of experience on the training front, more of like the, oh wow, competing is really fun front. But anyways, I was thinking that maybe Buddy could be one of those dogs for some kids in 4-H who don't have dogs, but want to do the dog project, because he's just so good. And unfortunately, Gunner's a terrorist in anywhere other than his home. He's happier when his world is small. And I don't want a kid messing with Ammo, because she's my competition dog. But since Buddy is always going to be referred to as, his previous owner's dog, because it doesn't feel right to call him mine, due to a number of things, but mostly because if his owner was healthy and didn't pass away, Buddy would not have been mine. He would have still been with his owner. It's not like a situation where he willingly gave up Buddy. He wanted to for Buddy's best interest, but not because of like, oh, I need to get rid of this dog. He always had dogs, Shelties and Border Collies. But but yeah, so this is Buddy. As you can tell, he's a real, he's got big personality, just like Ammo. Oh my goodness, it's so funny seeing two opposite sides of the spectrum of Border Collies, because Buddy is a purebred Border Collie. He has the piebald coloring and sable points. So on his leg he has sable points, and then in his dot on his head right here, if you floof his hair forward, you see that he has sable as well. Or brindle. Not brindle. Not sable, I meant brindle. Anyways, Gunner, could you not? That's so nasty. So yeah, Buddy is a year younger than Gunner. And he acts so much older than Gunner. It's so weird. Like, he's a jolly guy, but it's just, Gunner is still a terrorist to this day. Since day one, he's been out here terrorizing society. And Buddy's a Border Collie, the high energy breed, high intelligence, high. They need high enrichment. He is none of those things. He is a potato. And I love him. But yeah, so if you made it this far in the video, I have a little interactive thing I thought would be fun. So Buddy, his color that he has on right now is blue. Unfortunately, Gunner's color is blue, and I like to give my dogs their own special colors. So I was thinking for his next color, it would be a nice, happy, citrusy orange color. With maybe some yellow and blue points, but mostly citrusy. And then Gunner's color is light blue with some gold and kind of medium yellow points. And then Ammo's color is lilac and white. Those are her colors, mostly lilac with some white points, that sort of thing. That was dramatic. That was dramatic too. But yeah, so let me know what you think his color should be. But yeah, so he will definitely be in some videos, not so much training or active ones, just because I want to teach him. He's a very good dog, but it's just the manners that I expect are different from the manners that his previous owner expected. For example, a dog brushing past or bumping into your leg when you're walking up the stairs, or just walking in general, is something that's completely unacceptable to me, because I've hurt my knee before because of this idiot doing that. So it's completely unacceptable. I don't allow it. And that's something he's never really been taught, so we've been enforcing that boundary. And then teaching him to not just charge through doors, to wait. That's another thing we've been working on. You know, things like that. And with him watching, you know, Gunner and Ammo, they know these things. He's been picking up so fast. Also, he's a border collie, so, you know, he's got to have some brain cells in there. I'm just kidding. You're beautiful and smart. But yeah, he's been a real good boy. I was really worried at first when I was like, okay, I don't think he's going to cause any problems. Because with Gunner has had a few bad situations with dogs. Gunner had, like, the biggest crush on him. It was disgusting when they first met. It was nasty. Gunner still adores him. At least he's not trying to make out with him every 5 seconds. It was gross. Gunner just wanted to kiss him all day, which was so nasty. But yeah, so this is Buddy now. He is part of the group. He's part of the gang. You'll definitely be seeing more of him. Once he learns to wait and stay a little bit better, I'm definitely going to be taking lots of pictures of him as well, so make sure to follow us on our Instagram. It's dana.and.dogs, just like the YouTube handle. But hey, remember for the longest time when my name was Dana and Dogs and I only had one dog? Well, now I feel like I'm starting to live up to my Dana and Dogs name by having 3 dogs. And I'm gonna be honest, each dog I have gotten has been so much easier than getting Gunner as my first dog. Oh my goodness. But that's a story for another day. Yeah, so this is Buddy. He is here to stay, and he's a very good boy. And in the future, once he loses some weight, he will be getting some training as well. He's never going to be doing even to Gunner's level, because he is an old man, and I don't think he'll ever be as fit as Gunner is, just because Gunner, I know, got to keep his bits longer than Buddy did, because Gunner wasn't fixed until he went to the shelter, so that was around a year old, and then Buddy was probably fixed like around the 5-6 month old mark, so you know how that goes. Whereas any dog that I get as a puppy, I'm gonna keep intact until they're at least 2.5 years old. So even if they're not a breeding prospect, they're still gonna keep their bits until they're fully grown. But that's not something that was common knowledge until recently. So, yeah. Oh, one funny thing about Buddy is when you make farting noises. So. I don't know if he really likes the noise or really hates farting noises, but he's the only one who reacts to farting sounds. And I don't know how I figured it out. I think I was just teasing Ammo and making funny noises, and then Buddy in the background when I made like a farting noise was just like... But yeah, so that's one funny thing about Buddy. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this video and liking and subscribing, and I promise you'll see more of Buddy in the future. Oh, one more thing actually. I've gotten some questions from people who I'm friends with, because Gunner's shelter name was Heath, and I changed his shelter name to Gunner. I will not be changing Buddy's name, even though Gunner's nickname is Buddy, so when I call them, they both come, and You know, it's you know, it's a little bit confusing, and I still call Gunner Buddy all the time because I'm just used to it. The thing with that is, the difference between me changing Gunner's name Heath to Gunner and me changing Buddy's name is Gunner's name was given to him at the shelter, and I've heard from some people that it's a good idea to change a shelter dog's name just because then that way they don't have their name associated with like naughties from the shelter, even if like it doesn't even help, you know, it might just a little bit. Whereas Buddy, his name was given to him by his owner, his first owner, who loved him very, very much, and I would never feel right changing his name. Even though Gunner's nickname is Buddy, and his other nickname is Bunny, and I call Ammo Honey, so, you know, it's a real mess, but, it just, out of my own principles, it doesn't feel right to change his name. So that's one other thing I felt like I should put in here, just because I've had some people outside of YouTube ask me about changing his name, and I was like, that will not be happening. He is Buddy, and his name suits him, whereas Heath did not suit Gunner. Gunner is Gunner, okay? When I met him, he was bouncing off the walls, just singing, screaming, jumping, trying to tear my sleeves off, clawing all my arms, grabbing on my arms, you know, like, that was not Heath material, that was Gunner material. Whereas Buddy, I met him, and he just wagged his tail at me, and then laid at my feet. Like, what a buddy, you know? Emma, what is it? Oh my gosh, she got Buddy in an uproar because she saw a fly, I think. What? Anyways, that is all for today, and now for real this time, thank you so much for watching, liking, and subscribing. Hopefully in the next videos I will be sounding a little bit nicer, and yes, this April I will be doing a dog Easter egg hunt, and Gunner, Ammo, and Buddy will all hopefully be participating in it. We'll see how well they do. Obviously I didn't record it yet, but I did do one last year, and when I did one the year before, oh my gosh, it was so much fun with just Gunner, so I can't imagine how much fun it will be with 3 different dogs. But yeah, so with that being said, I hope you love Buddy as much as I do. Bye! Oh, you missed her. Yeah. Aww. And you too. Aww. Yeah. 2 old men.